Hello and welcome to Insurance Mantra Special Edition, your weekly guide to the world of insurance only on ET Now. Overall inflation in India has averaged around 4 to 5%, but health insurance premium have increased by over 10%, largely due to rising treatment cost. At the same time, disputes between hospitals and insurers over pricing, cashless approvals, claim settlements, and reimbursements continue to surface. Sometimes patients are left caught in the middle, facing uncertainty when they need healthcare the most. Recognizing these challenges, insurance regulator IRDA has brought hospitals and insurers together through 5 dedicated working groups to improve coordination, resolve disputes, enhance transparency, study medical inflation, and explore more affordable health insurance solution. Can collaboration replace confrontation? Can better coordination make healthcare more seamless, claims faster, and health insurance more affordable for millions of Indians? To discuss these important questions, we are joined by two very special guests, Mayank Batwal, Chief Executive Officer of Aditya Birla Health Insurance, and Joy Chakravarti, Chief Operating Officer at PD Hinduja Hospital and Research Center. Welcome, Mayank sir. Welcome, Joy sir. It's a pleasure to have you, both of you, with us today.
Thank you,
Anurag.
Thank you, Anurag, for inviting us.
Okay, sir. Mayank sir, I'll start with you only. Recently, IRDA chairman said that average inflation in India is around 4 to 5%, but health insurance premium is increasing by 10, 12% or in double digit. So do you agree with his statement?
I think he's right because, Anurag, whilst the general inflation has tended well in India in the last few years, below 5, around 5% or so. But as you know, medical inflation, as per all documented records also, has tended above 10%. And finally, health insurance premiums are a pass-through because we finally cover the cost of healthcare for our customers. So our pricing is in that sense linked to the cost of healthcare and the rate at which the healthcare cost is growing. So therefore, health insurance premiums have also generally tended to, if you look at the industry level, in 8 to 10 to 12% range because of the healthcare cost.
Healthcare cost. Sir is saying that health insurance premium is increasing due to the healthcare cost. So according to you, sir, which are the main reasons that healthcare cost is increasing by 10%, 12%, 15%?
Thank you, Anurag, and very pertinent question I think you have asked. Today, if you look at healthcare, every day, what are the input cost for any healthcare delivery? If you see, the first thing comes, the technology. Today, healthcare ecosystem is noticing the evolving pattern of technology, whether it is robotic surgery, whether you take any of these advanced mode of treatment in cancer especially. We have seen so much of different treatments have been experimented and today successfully getting introduced. When those are happening, automatically the cost of treatment goes up because everybody wants to avail the latest technology and latest gadgets. The second most important input cost is the human resources. Okay. With the tremendous competition in the market amongst the hospitals, you have limited experts like doctors, nurses and all available. And if you need to retain them, you need to give them a market price and sometimes a better compensation. So that becomes another, tricky thing. Third, I'll talk about little bit of material cost. What I mean by that, consumables, disposables. However, with the help of Made in India movement, we have seen a lot of Indian products have come, but still the affinity is there for the multinational companies' product, and especially with the dollar and euro, the way it is changing their conversion with the rupees, the cost for that is going up. And finally, in certain geography, the real estate cost. So when you put all these four input factors for the medical cost, it is going towards north side, and as a result of that, inflation is happening in the medical care.
So, because of that, only sir, there is some friction between hospitals and insurers. And do you think that the friction can be reduced with a better coordination?
I think it can be done. The only thing what can solve this friction is the dialogue.
Dialogue.
And when you collaborate with your counterparts, and I must say that in healthcare ecosystem, if you see hospitals, and there are many other members part of the thing of the ecosystem, and health insurance is one of the prominent one. I go back 20 years back and I see the kind of coverage was there for the people to have a healthcare. Today it has gone drastically high. Why it has become possible? Because in India we have seen the way health insurance market has penetrated, but still there are a lot of scopes. But I feel that
So that would be around 50% that of, if we talk about the whole industry wise, overall India, around 50% of hospitals revenue is through health insurance claims.
I would guess that it is, reaching that level. It may be slightly different for different hospitals. But,
obviously.
But my sense is that it is definitely reaching in that 40-50% range, given the penetration increase and the coverage is also increasing. Awareness increasing. And Anurag, the point is that today, and in the context of what we just spoke, health insurance becomes imperative, right? So, because if you want the best coverage, and for that you must have health insurance, because you don't want to compromise on the quality of healthcare you want. And if you get better treatment, you want better treatment. And for that, you must have financing through insurance. So as it grows, the coverage of cost at hospitals in terms of the number of consumers being treated, the overall proportion of your billing through insurance will obviously increase.
Okay, so sir is saying around 50%. So do you think they are very strong pillar for the hospital industry, or very strong stakeholders?
insurance is definitely very strong stakeholders, but I'll just extend the statement what Mayank has made. In some of the geographies, this insurance is even going to 70-75% of the total business of a hospital. In some places, it may be 25 to 30%. But nevertheless, I can tell you the way it is growing every day, very soon we'll see maybe the majority of a hospital business is coming from a third party payer, and in that case it is insurance.
So how this hospital categorization will help insurers?
In pricing.
Okay.
So I think, see today, as Joy very rightly mentioned, that there is a certain level of treatment depending on the size of hospital, the quality of treatment, whether it is a secondary, tertiary hospital, specialist hospital, etc. So the treatment, cost will be different in different hospitals. So if you categorize, then we'll be able to, as an industry, agree with the hospital side on what should be your cost for, and pricing is one. I mean, there are many other aspects, but pricing will be one aspect which will actually be enabled, and especially when we are trying to set up this whole common empanelment at an industry level, which I think is a great enabler from the industry side that we are providing. This will come in very, very handy.
Okay. So, sir, you agree with his point that pricing can be decided, because one of a claim of hospital side is that the package rate which insurance companies are offering is not sustainable.
See, always if you look at any family, the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, they never go hand in hand, right? It is perceived. So today the perception
Sir,
between...
So who will be the mother-in-law in this family?
I want to reserve my comments on that, but if you think about their relationship. So similarly today, if you look at the healthcare ecosystem, the insurance and hospitals, though we are trying to come closer, but there is an issue of, how do you bridge the gap? Now, insurance companies, and I must acknowledge the fact, in India, the kind of premium is in existence is one of the lowest in the world. So with that limited collection of premiums, when they try to meet their, claims ratio requirements, they need to curtail the treatment cost, and they can pay only up to certain extent. Whereas hospitals today, being competitive, they are trying to provide services and packages which are exhaustive in nature, and also at the same time they try to give additional services to the patient to remain, better than the competitor who is there next door. So during this process, the cost becomes a prerogative for the hospital to decide that where they should stand. But sometimes in the eyes of the insurance company, it is an additional cost, and they look for how do you, curtail that, and how do you manage within your affordable payment or, cashless approval what you give. As a result of that, there is a mismatch, there is a mistrust, there is some sorts of understanding issue between the insurance companies and hospitals.
Can I just like to share a couple of comments on this? And I think I agree with Joy in the way he's positioning it. See, to your question on, where do we stand in a family, right? Think about it this way, that today government has said universal health care coverage. We want to provide healthcare access to every citizen in the country. Every citizen wants the best quality healthcare. Who wants to compromise on the quality of healthcare treatment? Now, for that, you need a financing solution. Government cannot fund for everyone. That is not the right solution. So there is private health insurance which will come into play. What creates demand for healthcare industry today? The more people are insured, the more people have the ability to pay.
Overall,
so it's actually good for the healthcare industry. Health insurance industry grows. So we are creating demand, and therefore they can go and set up more facilities. They can expand. So in that sense, I think there is a opportunity for both to collaborate, because in some sense, one is feeding the growth of the other sector as well, right? And whilst there may be some issues and challenges, I think more dialogue, as Joy said, will finally find a way
he said,
we have to find a way to solve this problem.
Mother-in-law.
Because finally, if we grow, the healthcare industry also grows. How are hospitals setting up in smaller locations today? Because they know that people there can fund. How are they funding? Because they have health insurance, right?
I'll tell you, sir, recently I was talking to a group CEO of a hospital, and he was saying that his hospital, due to one fraud, is not part of the empanelment list, and he literally want insurance companies to include his hospital. So without insurers, sir.
Correct. Yeah. So how will exactly it's important for the growth. See, I think on the other part, on the cost part, whilst I appreciate Joy's point, the insurance industry is only looking at one aspect: predictability of the cost. Because otherwise, how do we price in our product? See, so we are happy to categorize, customers and say, this is service you're getting, this is service you're getting, and depending on what the customer chooses. But finally, whichever way we price, we must have the cost in line with the premium, because otherwise there is a challenge to the economic viability.
You are just seeking predictability.
Predictability.
Okay. Sir, are you also part of any working group, or you are working on which group of that IRDA which has formed?
Yeah, fortunately, yes, I am. I must firstly compliment Chairman, because I think for the first time he stepped in and he's facilitating this whole process of the hospitals and the insurers coming together, because lots of conversations have happened in the past, but we have not been able to create a formal platform where we are now. And
so this time you are hopeful with the things are going from.
I'm very hopeful, because and Chairman has been very clear that he is on the side of the policyholders, not any side, hospitals or insurers, right? So I am fortunate to co-chair one of the committees where I co-chair it with Madam Devalina Chakravarti, the CEO of Artemis Hospital, which is on NHCS integration, so that the whole process of claims can be made more seamless using technology. And by the way, this is global standard today.
Okay.
Anywhere if you go globally, the integration between hospitals and
so next
insurers.
change, sir, going ahead will come from better hospital partnership, better technology, or better customer education?
See, I think it's a combination. I don't think so it's one or the other. I think it's all three have to work together so that finally what do we want? We want the right experience for the customer at that time of distress. So, whether the process needs technology, whether it's about making sure that the hospitals and the insurers have a right process framework, and also the customer is aware of what are their rights and what is it that is available in the product and what's not available.
What will be your message to the policyholders and customers? Because at times means the data is in public domain that you have given health insurance claims of around 85,000 crore. It's quite a big number. But on the other side, we keep on the social media and other platform that issues of claim settlement. So, sir, how a customer or policyholder can be informed that he will not have that complaint about the insurance company, he will not have the complaint about the hospital?
See, my message, and I've shared this on your platform earlier as well, that as a customer in health insurance, when they get into a relationship with health insurance, they are getting into a relationship for lifelong. So it's very important that the relationship is built on strong foundation. As insurers, we have responsibility. My plea to the customers will be only one. Please make sure that you really understand what is it that you're buying, what are your rights, what are you...
Know your policy.
Yeah, exactly. And know your policy in terms of both what is available and if there is something that is not available. Ask the insurer to make sure that they explicitly explain you what are not available. Once that is done, then the chances of a friction at the claim stage automatically go down significantly. And with the effort of moving towards 100% cashless that the authority has also guided and the whole common empanelment, in a cashless environment where the customer will not have to pay and they know exactly what they are eligible for.
I'll ask his view only, sir.
Issue will be sorted.
Cashless environment, sir, do you agree with the process adopted by health insurers or it can be better?
See, any process always should be evolved and it should be improved. I can tell you in my journey in healthcare 20 years back, the way I have seen the cashless process was handled, now it has been made much different. Earlier, it used to be manual, sending by fax, email. Today, I have a very seamless process of giving information, and now there is a turnaround time also has been set to give some approval for cashless. So I see there is a huge difference. It is evolving. Whether anything further can be done, yes, it can be done. And taking forward what Mayank has told, I will tell you that customers, in our case patients, they need to know their policy better, because what we see during the time of distress, they come to us and then they expect certain amount of services, certain amount of approval, which may not be possible as per the policy. And then the mistrust and then the fight starts. And most of the time hospitals are easily accessible by them, hospital desks are there for them, and then they express their frustration. But to be there better, to be better informed at the initial stage, so no surprise they face at the time when they really need the support.
So now I'll move to our rapid fire segment, leadership rapid round, sir. So you have to answer spontaneously. So I'll start with one question with you and then same question for you also. Shall I start?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Sir, so Mayank sir, my first question for you, one word to describe future relationship between hospitals and insurers.
Trusted partnership.
Sir,
I agree completely. Trusted and collaboration.
if you could change one thing in current healthcare ecosystem tomorrow morning, what would it be?
I would want more predictability for what we can create to customers.
Sir,
I think the quality care delivery, ensuring from all providers, that will be one of the
okay, sir. Mayank sir, what matters more for building customer trust, faster cashless approval or lower health insurance premium?
Faster cashless claims experience.
Sir,
I think so, the faster, because when they buy, at that time there is a process, but at the time when they need a faster approval.
okay. Mayank sir, which is the bigger challenge today, medical inflation or trust deficit?
Trust deficit, finally. If the customer trusts us, I think we can solve every problem.
Joy sir.
I'll also add the medical, quality and inflation is inflation is one of the major challenges.
So both of your views are different. Which is the one technology that will transform healthcare and health insurance over the next 5 years? AI, digital health record, national health exchange, or something else?
I think using AI to create a database for health record of the customers end to end.
Sir.
I think National Health Exchange will be one of the enablers to improve the scenario.
Mayank sir, should the industry move toward more standard treatment pricing across hospital, yes or no, and why in one sentence?
We need standard treatment pricing. Otherwise, how do we price our products and commit the premium to the customers?
Standard treatment pricing is the expectation, but in different setup, the standard price may vary. So I don't know how much really you can reach a standard pricing amongst all the providers.
So my next question, one myth about hospital or insurer that you would like every customer to stop believing.
We are not here to not pay your claims. We have set up this organization to make sure that we provide the right experience to your customers.
I think both hospitals and insurance should be considered as a partner to take and ensure a good health in near future.
In one sentence, what is the single most important message you would like to give to every health insurance policy holder?
Please make sure that you fully understand what you're paying for.
Sir.
My message will be maintain a good health so you don't require to have health insurance.
If you had to swap job for one day, what would surprise you the most?
I think the evolving complexity of how clinical world is changing to balance that with patient experience and the expectation of the insurer is a difficult job that they have.
How insurance companies are managing the patient's expectation with such a limited premium.
Okay. One WhatsApp message you would like to send to the entire hospital and insurance industry in just 5 words, sir. Different for you both of you.
Let's build a trusting relationship.
Maintain good health and promote preventive health.
One thing customer accept that they're actually impossible to deliver every time.
Within exactly the same time, the expectation at time, the full claims experience exactly that they want. Sometimes it's difficult because of the interaction that hospitals and insurers are having in a current process which we must evolve.
Sir.
I think they should feel that people are there to support them rather than questioning, doubting them. Make them partner of your good health.
If you could invent one new feature in health insurance, what would it be?
A health companion for the customer.
Sir.
I think good health, value system, in value in healthcare part of it. So instead of looking at episodic care, how do you manage the health on a longer time horizon?
If you could remove one document forever from claim process, which one would it be?
Any data that is available in the healthcare ecosystem, we should not expect the customer to have to fill that in any document.
Yes, sir.
As much as less documentation, getting into digital mode, which will also help in prevention of frauds, which will bring down the cost of it.
So my final question for this show, if both of you meet again on Insurance Mantra 5 years from now, what is the one headline you would like to read about India's healthcare and health insurance ecosystem?
I think like in any other industry, India has the most trusted healthcare provision and financing ecosystem in the world.
I think I'll be looking forward to see a much greater number of lives covered under some sorts of prepayment mechanism so they can avail affordable and quality health.
Thank you, Mayank sir. Thank you, Joy sir, for your valuable time and insight. Hope it would be beneficial for our viewers and your policy holders and your patient. So that's a wrap on this special edition of Insurance Mantra, but we'll leave you with our Did You Know Insurance Basic. One of the biggest benefits of health insurance policy is the cashless hospitalization facility. If you are admitted to a network hospital, you don't have to pay the entire hospital bill upfront. The hospital sends your treatment detail to the insurer or TPA for approval. Once approved, the insurance company directly settles the eligible hospital expenses with the hospital as per your policy terms. However, remember that non-medical expenses, exclusions, co-payments, deductibles or expenses beyond your sum insured may still have to be paid by you. So before a medical emergency, always check whether your preferred hospital is part of your insurance cashless network. Simply put, cashless hospitalization means less financial stress and faster access to treatment when you need it the most. Stay informed, stay protected. That's our insurance mantra.